Hello, it's Helen from Journal with Purpose, and today I'm going to share with you a Dutch door layout in my bullet journal. This is my Dutch door layout from last week. It's the first time I'd ever got the courage up to cut my page in half, and I wanted to check that it worked out okay before filming my setup. So the first thing I'm doing is cutting that page in half and then gently tearing out the bit that I don't want. I'm using a Tombow calligraphy pen with a soft nib to write in the heading of June, and I will then use some pink washi tape from London Gifties to stick down either side of the heading. Next up, I'm using a Staedtler pigment liner with a 0.05 nib, and I'll use that to draw out two boxes at the top of my page. I'm going to use the left-hand box to write out my priorities for the week, and in the right box I will letter a quote. I've been wanting to try out the Dutch door layouts for a long time now, but I've always been worried about cutting that page. I think partly because it seems a bit wasteful, but also I was concerned whether it would mean any of the other pages would become loose. But so far it's worked out really well. I used a Tombow ABT brush pen number 800, which is a pale pink, to add the highlights of colour to my page. So I'm now writing out the days of the week, and I've doodled in a quick flower. One of the things I like to do is just pick one main colour theme for my page. I find that it kind of stands out but is still peaceful to look at when I'm using it for my planning during the week. And I then try and match a washi tape and stickers if I'm using them, and brush pens and any other colours to all look kind of roughly the same. I just used a spare sheet of paper to put it underneath the Dutch door so that I could highlight the top of the page but not worry about the ink from the brush pen going onto the page behind it. Because one thing I did find is that where you've got that loose half page, it can be easy to almost forget it's there and crumple it up. So having that colour across the top makes it stand out on my page so that I remember it's there. One of the reasons I wanted to try the Dutch door layout is the layout I've been using for the last few weeks has worked really well for me, but I didn't have quite enough space for planning out things at the weekend. I'd thought that I wouldn't really have too much to do on Saturdays and Sundays, but actually there often are quite a few things that I either need to get done or want to get done. So this Dutch door layout's really given me some extra space but kept all of those sections for each day of the week together. One of the boxes that I was really pleased to be able to have space to add to this page is for things that need doing next week. As tasks come in towards the end of the working week, I don't want to worry about them and try and cram them in, but I also don't want to forget about them over the course of the weekend. So just having a space to be able to jot those down has been really helpful for me. The final sections I'm adding on this page are for a habit tracker for the week and also a current projects section. I've got lots of exciting projects on the go at the moment, and I can't wait to be able to tell you more about them. But I find it really useful just to have that space to write them down so I can keep an eye on everything that I've got going on at the moment. So I'd love to know if you've tried a Dutch door layout and if it worked well for you, or if now you've watched this maybe you're going to consider having a go yourself. It's definitely something I can see myself doing again over the next few weeks, and I might just perhaps tweak the layout and play with it a bit more, but for now this is definitely working well for me. I'm now using a journal card from Powderworld. To save me time having to write down the habits I want to track each week, I've decided to just number them and put them on the back of a journal card so that I can just refer to those for my habit tracker. I'm now trying to find a space where I can stick the habit tracker and find it easily, and when I finally decide on the place, I then just add a quick washi tab to the top of my page to make sure that I can easily find it in my journal. The notebook I'm using for my bullet journal is a Rhodia Goal book, and the Traveller's Notebook cover is a green Art Deco cover from Start Bay Notebooks. I'll make sure that I list all of the different products and stationery that I've used in the description box down below. I really hope you've enjoyed watching my Dutch door journal setup. If you have, it'd be great if you give this video a thumbs up, and if you're new to my channel, it'd be brilliant if you consider subscribing. Thank you ever so much for watching, and I look forward to speaking to you in the next one.